Hello and welcome to The One Show with Alex Jones.
And Matt Baker. Now tonight, find out why llamas help farmers guard their flocks by night. You like that,
It's a brilliant story. And which constituency has the worst voter turnout ahead of the most eagerly anticipated general election in years?
And tonight's guest, well, he's an American chart topper who loves nothing more than a good musical.
He sung with Streisand,
Celine Dion, Kelly Clarkson, Paul Simon. I'd love to get him all alone for a private rendition of Bring Him Home.
he's everybody's favorite showman. Welcome to The One Show, Josh Groban.
Oh, that was emotional.
It was wonderful. Good to see you. Hi there. Great to see you. I'm great.
How was that for an intro?
That was the best, dare I say, the best introduction I've ever had in my life. That was fantastic. Thank you for that. I especially liked the pronunciation of Paul Simon. Paul Simon. Yes.
to
Yes.
make it fit.
Yes. Yes.
Well, listen, the showstoppers, they don't speak normally. They just turn everything into a musical.
They do, which is why I didn't get any verbal response from them when I just talked. They didn't have a song prepared for the answer to that. Yeah. But
Well,
it was
as we
amazing.
go through the show, you'll be hearing more from them.
Will I?
Oh,
Yeah.
if you'd like
you.
to.
And we know you've been spending quite a lot of time in London and in the
Yes,
UK.
I love it
So we were wondering what you've been doing over the sunny weekend.
Yeah.
And we would like you to tell us
Yes.
in the style of the showstoppers.
Oh, man. Well, you've had some wonderful weather this
Yeah.
weekend. I played tennis with someone who was really good.
Good.
I stunk really bad, as I knew I would. I suck at tennis.
Yeah. It wasn't Paul Simon.
Hitting with Paul Simon. No,
We
I
were
wish.
expecting a flat no there, so well done.
Thank you.
Well, listen, we're going to be talking about your new album, which you recorded at Abbey Road Studios. Speaking of which, a huge congratulations to Ringo Starr,
Yes.
the last Beatle to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a solo artist. Happened on Saturday night.
Good for him.
Yeah.
As it should
Congratulations
have,
to
yes.
him.
He was the final one, wasn't he?
As a solo artist.
As a solo artist, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Now, it's all kicking off here, Josh. What about you? Is
Could write a
is
musical
important-
about registering to vote.
Wow, and set it on a little narrow boat like that.
Yeah,
a little scene.
Got to have a gimmick. We're doing the same thing in the States. I mean, it's just really, it's about getting out the vote, telling people that no matter what side you're on, stop the trash talking, get out there and use your power of the vote, you know? So, yeah, hopefully people will be watching.
Well, just to confirm, you've got till midnight tonight online. We've set it up on the One Show website as well. So, Josh, when you're writing, I mean, is it the music that comes first, the tune, or the lyrics?
Yeah, I've got such a respect for great writers and great lyricists in particular because I usually start at the piano writing melody, and for me, that's kind of my diary entry is getting a melody down, and then coming up with the lyrics seems like the hardest part. So it's always wonderful to work with great lyricists, and with this album, singing songs from great lyricists.
Yes.
Stephen Sondheim, Tim Rice. I mean, these are some of the greats.
Yes, you haven't had to write the lyrics this time.
No, this time I changed hats. Yeah.
No, so staged is all your favourite musicals, and we're going to hear one now from Carousel.
Yes.
Especially for the Liverpool fans, right, Josh?
Yes.
Who had a bit of a nightmare
I hope they
this
cheer up
weekend.
soon. Yeah.
Didn't want that to end, actually.
Very
Beautiful.
anthemic, isn't it?
It is anthemic, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, American, Los Angeles, they've got all these studios all over the world that you could use. Why did you want to come to Britain and use, British artists and musicians?
Abbey Road has always been a good luck spot for me. It's about my fourth time recording there. The rooms there, I mean, there's a lot of history there, just as there is in a lot of the studios in Los Angeles. Yeah. But there's an acoustics magic to that Studio One, that orchestral room that so many great orchestras have recorded in. To be able to stand in that room, to hear those great British musicians who are just some of the best, if not the best in the entire world, playing, it's worth the trip. It's worth the money for us to take everybody over here and get a piece of that magic. So we recorded all of them about 3 months ago.
I always wondered, do you record in an afternoon when your voice is warmed up, or is it a morning thing, or a day thing, or is it a night thing?
I try to sing later in the afternoon. I'm not a morning person, so
He wants to know your whole routine.
I'll give you a whole line. I'll give you a whole thing. Yeah.
So if you could...
Whiskey for breakfast. Fine. Really get you going throughout the day. Yeah.
If you could choose any leading role in any musical, which one would you choose then?
Oh, that's such a good question. I mean, I like baritone roles that don't require dancing. I think anything that I don't have to move my legs in any rhythmic way would be perfect for me. So I think it'd be fun to play Sweeney Todd. Good, really meaty character, really kind of dark and twisted character. But then, like vocally, it's a wonderful, almost operatic baritone role. And moves very slowly, so perfect. Yeah.
Do you know, when you look back, obviously we've read up a lot about you, and your career is just extraordinary of how these events happened, and you ended up on stage.
I got it all sung back to me earlier. I can't believe it. Sometimes you don't know what you've accomplished until it's sung to you. Yeah, it's great.
Well, tell us about this moment when you ended up on stage with Celine Dion, and you had these lyrics written on a piece of paper.
Yeah, I was kind of called upon by David Foster, a wonderful guy who signed me and eventually produced me, and he said, "Hey, I heard you at this thing the other day. I'm here with Celine at the Grammys." I was 17. I was in history class, and he said, I need you to show up at the Grammys and sing with Celine. I'm in a real clinch. I need someone to fill in." And so he didn't give me a pass or anything. I just showed up at the back door and said, "Hey, I'm here to sing with Celine Dion," and almost got tackled to the ground.
Yeah, but you did as a history student.
And so yes, exactly right. So I don't think it was the history part they had a problem with, but they eventually let me in. And I sang with her, and I did. I had the lyric in my hand, and I was shaking, and she was so wonderful, and she could tell I was shaking. She's like, "Okay, I'm going to take his hand, and we're going to move to the front. That's going to be our new choreography." And so that was a moment that just kind of, many people were there, and it just kind of got my career kind of started.
She looked shell-shocked. I mean, we've seen the footage. She looked shell-shocked.
None more than I.
No, I bet.
Yeah, she was. I don't think anybody was expecting anything, really. I mean, I was, like I said, a scrawny little kid, and I was, they had thought I was late. They're like, "Where's this Josh Groban Goblin? Who is he? Where is he?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm right here, And they're like, "Oh, you? Stand on the X, and you'll hear the count in." And so, I just sang my lungs out for her.
And since then, so many musicals followed, and you've basically encapsulated them all and put them onto this album.
It's been a real full circle thing. I mean, when I look at the songs on this record and I think about, a song like "All I Ask of You" was the first song I ever sang for David Foster to get a record deal. Songs from like Finian's Rainbow, "Old Devil Moon" was the first lead role I ever had. So, I chose an era of musicals for this record that really represented the time period that I was most inspired by them. And so they're special to me, and they're really fun to sing.
And you're going to be performing at the end of the show, What I Did for Love.
Yes.
I hope your version is more successful than mine, Josh. Yes.
I'll download yours on iTunes later. Just,
Absolutely horrendous.
Okay.
Horrendous. Now, you're quite well known for putting your philosophical thoughts on Twitter, aren't you?
Oh, yes. I get a little weird on Twitter. But I like it. It's
You're
fun.
a little bit weird, but it's fun. It's fun to read. Any philosophical thoughts for today, for this Monday?
Well, if you want anybody to pay attention to anything, put it in song, is basically what I've learned today.
That's a good one.
I have the attention span of a gnat, but I remembered every single thing today because of your renditions.
Do you know, it's so profound that you've actually said that, because what we've done is we've taken all of your words of wisdom.
What?
And then we've put them into a mini musical.
We have.
So enjoy.
I did this to Kanye.
Yeah,
all right.
there we are.
Yeah,
enjoy Josh's words that
Cool.
he puts up on the internet
All
for
right.
everybody to learn from.
Great.
Here we go, Showstoppers.
You've read Descartes and Nietzsche, but what can those guys teach ya? For wisdom that's concise, take at Josh Groban's advice. He's found the answer, he's fit to burst. Was it the egg?
No, the chicken came first. Can we all just stop?
And give thanks for our thumbs. If I drop a bar of soap on the ground,
Oopsie.
does the soap get dirty or the ground get clean?
Josh has the answer. I'm a
Guacamole machine.
Very good.
Bravo! I have to stop drinking coffee, is what I learned from that. But thank you for that. That was stunning.
It was good. And the Showstoppers are on tour, starting in May at London South Bank and ending up at the Edinburgh Festival in August. Now, Showstoppers, will you give us one final burst into our last film of the evening? It's all about Josh Groban's favourite animal.
Ooh.
Forget about alpacas. They're cute, but they are crackers.
You don't want a camel? That's a humpy, grumpy mammal. I want a different kind of farmer. Here's a film about the llama.
Okay, warning.
Brilliant.
Matt...
No. What? Hey?
No,
I was just
nothing.
going to say they're brilliant. You can even get them to look after your house and get a burglar alarm fitted. Anyway.
I was going to say warning, Matt's got a bad joke. That should have come first.
Listen, tomorrow we've got somebody that you're excited to see on the One Show. Cat Stevens.
Cat Stevens, yes. Yusuf Islam. He's an amazing hero of mine. I'm starting to turn into him a little with the beard,
listen,
I feel like.
We've got a picture here, and it's quite extraordinary. There you are, look. You are literally...
It's your dad.
It could be. Father? And now to sing Papa, Can You Hear Me?
But now, time for Josh here to sing us out of the show. So with What I Did for Love, we leave it to you. It's Josh Groban. Thank you
just
very much.
a little word to say that Josh is on tour at the end of the year.
Yes, he'll be coming here in November and December.
Come back in to see us.
Thanks, Josh. Thank you so much.
Kiss today goodbye. The sweetness and the sorrow. Wish me luck the same to you. But I can't regret what I did for love, what I did for love. Look, my eyes are dry. The gift was ours to borrow. It's as if we always knew, and I won't forget what I did for love, what I did for love. Love's what we'll remember. Kiss today goodbye, and point me toward tomorrow. We did what we had to do. What I did